Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind's Eye, and we're gonna do the February new moon. So basically, all you need to know is that all is anew. Everything is anew. Everything like booed away. Everyone shoot away, or everything shoot away, and it should be anew. But something comes to anew, a through, to be a to anew, to be a su to new to lanu, da da da. So basically, it means like in a type of like gibberish that it's gonna come back almost 2 to 4 fold if you're really not careful. So you really got to set yourself up right. It is going to be new. It really is going to be like through the roof, but you just can't even like see or sue it because it really was like a rent way of going away where you couldn't even do a day away, where you couldn't even say away, where you couldn't even like lay away. And you catch my drift? Where you just can't even see it. You just can't. So when you do it, if you're like parting ways or you're cutting ties or you're trying to start fresh, like we said, there's some blocks that have been coming through. You really got to be like, no, 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 and make it clear. So when I look at it and I said, the full moon in February actually made it to the point of no regress where you couldn't. And like I said, it was going to come in like a Mercury retrograde because of Jupiter and Saturn and Neptune, where you actually had to look at the water and they're like, is there like mercury in this water? How did that happen? Okay, so as far as astrology goes, if it's like true planetary Mercury, it will hit water odd and different to make it slightly different in an energetic way where it will come like harder and faster down a brook. So when you look at it, you have to say it flowed hard. It balled and like down the road. Like I don't want to hear like pedaled. So when I hear pedal and I'm thinking of Mercury, and I'm like, yeah, I'd have to check everything. You couldn't even believe it. So with that being said, let's actually go to the crystal quartz first, and then we'll go to a couple other stones, and then we're gonna do the runes. That's what it's calling for. So we got our crystal quartz, we got our tourmaline, we got our selenite, we got our blue agate, we got our sea foam stone, and our black obsidian with our moldavite. There it is. So right off the bat, the moldavite comes through like an asteroid, like they've been talking, to come in and be like rent was due. So basically, rent was due, and you had to do everything that you could do to be it done. But really, you couldn't even be it done on a way to a run, and that was really February 2nd through. It feels like it's going to end around the 29th. It really is ending on the 16th. It really is ending on a way to a run. You couldn't even make it up on the play on words on how it went through. And they had to say, did you actually use the moon to help like escalate through on some things? Like, didn't we just talk about this? Like, you can't do those things with the moon ceremonies whatsoever. You should be gathering and gaining and resting and collecting in. And then literally making sure you're clean and clear and your ties and your bonds are done or you're making new ones. So with that moldavite, it really is a cut through right off the bat, but there's something of like a stage, a platform, a slab, a cement that really is a rock. And it has like two forms on it. And I'm seeing ROCK and ROC. So when I see tourmaline actually cutting through, and it's raw tourmaline, it really is going to cut hard on the base of pay. So basically, I would start looking at your employee contracts everywhere or anything and say, what is base pay? What is minimum wage? What is everything? Because it doesn't make sense. All forms of meaning and spelling. I see cold coming in all of a sudden, and I see blue at gate, and I see this, and it's so crystal clear blue, and it is a beauty. It really is. And I look through it and I say, there is no gate. There is a CATE that comes in on a metal gate like a horse, but comes in and says, all the way through. So when I use the all the way through, you can't be ghosting anyone. You gotta be accountable. That moon is going to make sure all the way through mid March, past St. Patrick's Day, that you are true to your word and yourself. Now, I want to go to a selenite, but it really is a seafoam, and it really is it's beautiful. So you have the light brown, and you have the light green, and you have the white and the blue in the mix, and it's so like smooth and soft. But really, it really is like a cut and a slam again when I'm like doing this, and it looks like a topsy turvy type of troll coming in, but it really isn't. It really comes through. I would have to say, if you are gonna do your moon ceremonies, I would actually do one cut of a cord, and then I would actually make 3 cords and 4 bonds, and then I would say write it out on a manifestation and burn it. Use a white candle, a green candle, a blue candle, and a black one. Now, I would say if you are someone who does deities, I would say Hecate is probably the best one for this moon, because selenite is going to draw that deity in and say, no, you can't do. That is the one that is the best. So when I'm looking at astrological signs, Sagittarius is the one that's hit the hardest, but really it's Scorpio on a lay low again. November, they did not get the sting. That's why it's really hard. You just don't know. It's highly deceptive lately. This black obsidian is obscured. It is hiding. It is the solidifier. It is the binder. But it really comes in on a high, hard run to be it done. To be it done. Like you want to continue out, but you just can't do. So when I'm looking at this and I say, here comes the crystal quartz, let's look through. It is true. It is a point. It is a type of grace, like elay, which is in witchcraft. And elay is a binding spell, curse, hex. So basically, that's when you want to do your protect. And it's something around that. I see it around the clock, around at 2100, 9 p.m., wherever you are, to almost a 2312, which was at 11:12 at night. There's something about that moon that is so pinpoint accurate. When I look at this, like love comes anew. ANU. That literally means if you are in religious aspect, it is a one of a done. This is your opportunity to have a new. You're not going to get it until October. So when I see it and I come in through, you have to say, let's look at the White Sage Tarot. All right. So it is a quick, clear, like type of energy that flies right up around it. And when I see this, the Queen of Wands goes, no, don't even do it. Don't even do it. When I see this and I say the strength, it's going to come in hard. It's not going to look pretty. You're going to come in and it's going to be nasty if you're going to do it. If you're going to do separations, all forms of the meaning, even contracts. So when you look at it and you see the 10 of Wands and you actually see the 7 of Wands, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a burden. If you go in too hard, too fast on any of these changes, it's going to be counterintuitive. That's the Ace of Cups in reverse. There is no luck. It's all skill and logic. What has to come through on whatever task you're trying to do around that new moon. So when I see the 8 of Cups, it really is spilt milk. That is a pop off. When I see this, the Ace of Pentacles, that is when you know it is time, like a new opportunity comes in. I'm really not seeing new money opportunity or business or job or anything of that, it's really going to be like the universe goes, here you go, and then drops it. That is the way it's been doing. So when I said in another video, the way that the ceiling effect came in, and God rest their souls, those victims of the plane crashes, and it came in, and I said, it's almost like this. You can't make it up. So when you say the Nine of Swords, it gives anxiety, those sensitive to energy. So that new stuff is really not going to come in until almost like a March or an April, but you're really not going to be in flow and really hard starting until in October. I mean, it slowed down energy so hard on a propel forward pass that you have to say, I gotta talk to maybe Sikorsky or something. It's so play on words. It's disgusting. So every time you turn around, you say, I can't do it anymore. I'm done. So when you see it, you go, I literally got to be a little bit more with my magic and my words. It is a little bit harsh on a cut through, but this hermit is true isolation at times where you can't even believe it. When I see the sun in reverse, sweet unhappiness. And when I see the Three of Pentacles, it is working together to make it done. So with that, inside the Five of Wands comes in and says, yes, true. Five of Wands, it's going to be an upright. But this separation, all forms of paper and divorce, legality, anything like that, it's going to come in hard and true. Last one, Page of Wands, it is quick. It is young quick. So then it'll be like a plant all of a sudden. Energy of this deck is the Ten of Swords in reverse. It is not the finality that is harsh. It is a little bit softer, but it's made true and known. All right, let's look at the runes. So I'm hearing wood runes. And that will be it. Here we go. It really ashes it to the point of like having an ulcer. You can't even like give up a gift. So when you actually look at it and you say, when you torch it with canoe and it's an ulcer and it really is ashing and it's gift, like you have to collect at night what you need to know, N-O, knock out, and K-N-O-W for all forms of the meaning of like estate and heritage and culture. So when you're actually looking at this, you've got to be sensitive, especially with the way it played out with DEI and diversity, because there was something of a loss. So when I'm looking at it, you have to say, like Hebo is like, you have to be gift. Use anything about yourself to move forward. I do see wealth, all forms of the money. It is going to come in with strength, but really the way I'm talking, I'm talking timid, on the low. Luck, you almost got to spin a wheel. It will cause a little bit of havoc, and it will cause like a hidden game. Be wary. It will freeze. And what you need to know is this, is that you can't see it. It's really defensive, but you can't do it. It will flow. Lake effect. Take care of yourself if you're in that change, whatever, or you're in the middle of that change and you're not even changing. Think of energy, because energy, as we say always, cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred and transmuted. So when you actually sit there and you say, yes, I got it, but you're not a part of it, you have to say lake effect snow. With that, you're going to have to sit and like be solid and don't move a whole lot. And that's all you need to know. So with that being said, I would go easy. I would go gentle. I would be timid. I would be like easy go it with gentle, plain language, very clear and concise, and like very communicative because you can't even see it coming, whatever comes through with that new moon. So, with that being said, that's all I got to say. Any questions or concerns, leave a comment or an email. A like and a share is greatly appreciated, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.